We have another Rise of Shadows deck for you today. We're playing a Token Druid. This is JJ's Token Druid. We've been playing around with this archetype a lot. Like, a lot. We've played around with a lot of different cards, a lot of different sort of variants, and this is kind of the list that we've ended up on so far. Key card is VARGOTH, okay, the free legendary that we got. This card does a lot of good things in this deck. I think you've said that it's improved your win rate quite a bit with this. You've played with this yourself.
Yeah, I mean, the sample size is pretty small, but it feels really good when it comes down. Usually always does something, and my win rate has, within a small sample size, gone from 56 to 75, I believe. Although, once again... Yeah,
obviously. That's not going to be sustainable.
That extreme, but...
As the meta still settles, but... that's a very, very good card in this actually really, really good deck right now. So we're going to kind of show off how this works.
One thing to note about this deck. I did not craft a single card for this deck. I just took whatever I had from the pack openings and from what I had lying around. And I would recommend you do more or less the same.
Yes, that was the idea.
Definitely don't craft scenarios right now.
No.
He's probably not even going to be in the final list when people run this.
Correct.
I just happen to have him, and he's good in the late game to stabilize.
Right now, don't craft anything. Don't craft anything. Okay? Just don't.
Again, this deck is really cheap. You already probably have most of those cards.
And if you don't have one, replace it. There's a lot of ways to do that, and it doesn't make it much worse.
Cards that are worth mentioning for replacing, especially if you want to replace like the Hog Steeds or the Scarab Egg or something. Cheap Death Rattles with that summon stuff specifically. So Mekaru is a big one. Generally, run a second Archer Square, run a second Crystallizer.
That's fine.
As a matter of fact, run a second Crystallizer if you have it. Generally, just play around with it a bit. Anything that puts stuff on the board as a Battlecry or Death Rattle is definitely good.
You can run 2 cards of the cards that we have one of,
and
in this case. Key cards, obviously, Savage Roar, Power of the Wild.
Yeah.
And
Savage Roar
Soul of the Forest,
is a basic card. You probably have it. Power of the Wild's classic, again.
It's an aggro Token Druid.
With some late game options.
Token. With reload options, which makes it pretty good. And we got a lot of versatility with Torrents and Aries. Power of the Wild. And it's looking good, looking nice. So we're gonna hop into some games.
One more thing before we do that: cards that you can put in if you have them. Once again, don't craft anything. Is Lodi and Stellaris.
Yeah,
I've heard really good things about Stellaris.
Yeah, Stellaris is supposed to be very good.
Once the meta settles, if it ends up that people run Stellaris in this, and this ends up staying a great deck, I will craft him.
Don't craft it now.
Not right now.
Not now. I don't want anyone in the comments asking me whether to craft Stellaris or Cenarius or Gonk the Raptor for this deck. Don't. Not right now. Maybe in 2 weeks, but if so, you'll hear an update from us on what to craft.
Also, if you have Gonk, don't put him in anyways.
Yeah, if you have Gonk, don't put him anyway, obviously, right? So let's get into this gameplay. All right, Hunter does a lot of mech and mid-range. The M&M. Kind of that's how you remember what Hunter does. M&Ms. Mech and mid-range.
So, I generally love Microtech on 3. It's really good because it goes wide.
You probably also want to keep a Hog's Lead because chances of Hunter Minion coming down during the first 2 turns is kind of high.
It's better to play Hog's Lead on 2 without opposition than not play anything.
Correct.
You always want to try to keep a good curve.
Correct.
If he doesn't play anything, I will play Power of the Wild
and
over Hog's
Lead. Get the Panther.
I generally don't be concerned about wasting cards.
Yeah.
You're trying to be aggressive. Just play whatever fits best in the moment.
This is not a value deck. Not a most value deck. Definitely.
So yeah, right now best play is Power of the Wild as a Panther.
As a Panther. Don't go +1/+1 if the board is empty.
But Hogseed might seem good, but it just has less stats right now.
Yeah. So put forward what we have. Next turn is Controller, very likely. First we test the Secret.
Definitely.
If it's explosive, we don't want that, so gotta test that Secret.
And
it is explosive, so now play Microtech.
In this case, of course, Hogseed would have been better, but you can't plan for that.
That's a very important thing, generally. Test secrets before you play. You don't always have to play the card before you attack. So the order is up to you, and you gotta be smart about that. In this case, you saw he picked this secret, right? It says created by Secret Plan. And he picked it quickly. So, just an instructional moment. Chances of this being explosive again, pretty high.
Okay, I'm attacking with a Microtech controller. If it's freezing, I still like it on 5.
Correct. Not freezing, not explosive. So it could be Snipe, Rat Trap, and Snake Trap still.
Now the question is, how greedy is it to go wide?
I believe we play controller again. Test for Snipe in a decent way. It is not Snipe, so it's Rat or Snake. both of those are decent to play around.
Actually, I think for him, probably... I mean, Snake contests the border level, but for him, Red is probably
Soul of
better.
Force is very good here.
Because we play a lot of cards. Do we play it now, or are we really greedy?
We played now.
With the buffs.
No, we played now.
Okay. Because we could have played Hogseed and...
no, we played now.
And Blessing. I generally tend to play this a bit more greedy, but I understand that it's also risky.
Because now if Explosive Trap comes up, it does nothing to us.
Especially in Hunter, you have to always assume that Explosive Trap is there.
And if it's not, next turn we have Twin Spell.
In other classes, you might have to consider Consecration, Holy Nova.
Hunter, since it doesn't have Rexar anymore, Explosive Trap is really the key card to defend a deck like this. And Arcane Shotting individual dudes. If trees come up.
Also, I think this is probably the spell damage oriented Hunter.
Yeah. Okay, second secret. We want to test this.
I want it to be explosive, honestly.
Wouldn't hate it.
I mean,
we want to test this.
It costs me a lot of damage this turn, but it gives me a really
not
good board.
explosive.
Okay, we test it?
Do we Twin Spell now? And push? Or do we Tending Torrent?
I think...
Tending Torrent might get sniped.
I think we go Twin Spell.
Twin Spell, right, and hit.
And just go for like maximum damage this turn. Because we are really close to killing him. He now needs to remove this board. If he somehow can.
Yeah.
And then we still have a lot of 2/2s.
So very good chance that we have a Snake Trap or a Rat Trap out at this point.
Yeah, it's virtually guaranteed. Wait, no, it is guaranteed. One of those two is one of those two.
And it's over.
Yeah.
No, it's over. Because he couldn't stop it, right? Easy. Tending Torrent was winning there. Warrior, probably a bit of a tougher matchup.
Are we gonna see an Alex comeback?
Are we gonna see
That's a weird thing to say, but I'm making reference to the username.
Yeah, Alex comeback. I like it. I like it. I think
I'm never sure if I want to keep Roar or not.
I don't think so. Right now, I don't think so.
You'd probably rather have the good curve. I'm keeping the egg because I'd rather have a bad 2-drop than no 2-drop. I know that this deck is relatively front heavy.
We can also just coin the egg if we don't get a 1-drop, and then follow it up with Wolf.
Definitely, unless we have something that we definitely want to coin. There is definitely something we want to play on 1. Crystallizer does theoretically slightly synergize with Dreamway Guardians, but if you're worried about 5 points of health, you're probably losing, so not really
it's fine.
worry.
The worry, I see what you did there. So, do you want a Wolf? Or you want an egg?
I kind of want to egg, but I also know that the
like
follow-up play is better in this case for Wolf. Generally, if I didn't have landscaping, I would prefer egg. Because...
Also, just notice a very small thing that he did there. He plays the Wolf on the right. Yeah. Because he's going to play landscaping next, and the guy's summoned on the right. So, very small detail, but we got to mention it.
I've learned from experience playing this deck is that always place your minions, when in doubt, place them on the left of the Wolf. Because you're going to have a lot of stuff automatically going to the right.
In this case, obviously, you removed it, but when you summon stuff, they summon from the right. So, just a very, very small detail.
Because I've been there before when all the minions were on the right, and I only had summon spells, no minions on hand, and it's like, oh god.
But not to be neglected. So he's already fishing, already denying himself that Omega Assembly value.
I've actually had it happen once that, against the Warrior, because he was desperate, he
do you go Egg
Power
both of them. Or Soul of the Forest?
At this point, Egg Power.
Okay.
The board isn't that wide that we really get the value out of the thing.
Soul of the Forest, better insurance against Warpath, but Egg Power is the greedier play for sure.
It also, even if he triple Warpaths,
he can't. He doesn't have the coins, so it's fine this turn.
Then we would still have 3 1/1s. We could then still Soul of the Forest next turn for slightly lesser effect.
Correct.
Brawl. I want a 3/3 to survive. That's the optimal outcome.
Egg dies, 3/3 lives. That's good. We can still put Soul on that.
Also, one thing to consider with this deck is always if you have a buff on hand, just see if you can get lethal. I mean, in this case we can't.
No, we cannot, but we can put Soul on it, stabilize.
Yeah, but there's sometimes situations where you don't think you have lethal because your opponent has like 20 health, but you also have double Savager on hand, and that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot.
Because that's 2 times the amount of minions plus 2 for the hero.
Yep.
And then times 2 if you have both.
Good, exactly. It's 4 times the amount of minions you have, which is a lot, even for 3 minions.
I mean, for 3 minions, it still is 16 extra points of damage if you have double Savage Roar.
Oh, Dynamatic is good.
Except that we have a lot of Death Metal treants, so... Yeah.
Trees show up. Can't quite reach for that Forest Aid yet, but we can play that twice.
Exactly. So,
And
Forest Aid is not a
it.
concern. Savage Roar would have been, but it's 4 off.
So since we can coin the Twin Spell next turn, we're shipping into the face now, with no regard for human life.
Also, at this point, once you're at a point where you're very clearly winning, you don't necessarily care about trading. You care about trading if either you have a lot of follow-up for minions that you want to play anyways, or if you can trade up when he could trade up on his turn.
Correct.
But in this case, when we have just 4/4s, we just go face.
Got him on the ropes.
Also, once again, Savage Roar. As long as we have 1 minion left, Savage Roar is lethal.
Exactly.
Double Savage Roar is one of lethal just without having anything right now. I mean, he'll probably get armor somehow because he's warrior, but
we're looking good so far. We have
great.
2 full board reloads in the next 2 turns at worst.
Yeah. Reload board once, he clears it. Reload board again, he can't clear it everything. We play Scenarios because we're that kind of swagger, and
then
it's
we
crazy.
good. And then we good. And Super Collider is not good there.
And he's dead. Yeah. Well, Hero Power brings him to 4, which is... Oh, right, we still have a treant.
Nothing. He's dead.
I was thinking about the fanciness of killing him off with Savage Roar and Hero Power, but yeah, no, he's just dead.
Want to play Vargoth Coin Savage Roar? You feeling me here? Alright.
I didn't have time to play the coin!
Terrible. Terrible.
The Vargoth value.
The Vargoth value. We haven't seen him yet, but he has the value. Let's try another one. See, that's how you know a deck is good, when the key card doesn't even have to show up for 2 clutch wins.
I mean, Vargoth is the card that makes this kind of next level. But there is no single absolutely necessary key card in this deck, which is why it's good.
Looking like a pretty good curve here. I like the 1-3-2 punch.
I'm gonna drop the Dendrologist. I really like him. Also, never worry about value. Just play him on 2. I play him on 2 more often than I get the Battlecry combo off. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fine.
You'd rather have a 2-3 now than a spell on turn 10 that you're never gonna reach.
Correct. A River Crocolisk is fine. With an upside.
Especially in the deck that wants minions on the board.
So Rogue might be sort of fast deck as well, so we'll see what we can do here.
I think we're going Wolf.
Wolf, yeah.
Once again, Wolf on the right. Now also he has to take 1 more damage if he wants to take out the Squire, which is definitely what he was planning, otherwise he wouldn't have hit into
These guys were curving into a controller, so Wolf location not that important.
Not that important, but it's
still good
relevant.
practice. Still good practice. Would be good if you could actually play the controller someplace and then summon the guys the other way, but it doesn't work.
Oof.
No
Big
combo.
oof.
No combo. Big oof. Yep.
Once again, playing the minions on the left generally. Also, if you have a white board and you need to trade into taunts or something, or you just need to trade, or always consider way of putting the wolf with stuff dying.
Yep.
You gotta think a few attacks ahead, but that's still
We're gonna put some thought into that, even if it's a fast deck. Speaking of fast decks, we have a Tempo Rogue on our hands.
Yes, and I really like the Dream Eye Guardian plus Power of Nature combination, although at this point...
Power of the Wild, you mean, right?
Power of the Wild, yeah. Although at this point it's Direwolf, I think, because we're killing the SI7 because it can do more before it can do more shenanigans, right?
Alright.
It's Direwolf and Power of the
I mean,
Wild.
the Guardians could also kill him. But I guess Direwolf and Power of the Wild.
Well, the Guardians don't have charge, so...
Don't they have Rush?
No, they just have Lifesteal.
Oh, okay.
So,
This was one, yeah.
we want to kill the SI7 with minimal losses. And once again, I kill off the right... I'm trying to make a point here, okay? That's kind of important.
Spell from another class.
Yeah, those can sometimes be really important. I've faced I've played this exact matchup before, and the spell actually came in very handy. Also this. Just Vendetta.
Vendetta's good.
That's actually mainly why they do it.
Double Vendetta. Wait.
Slight overkill, but okay.
Gotta rock it, right? So do we take the 50-50 or do we summon Panther, play Dendrologist?
What exact 50 were we talking about?
VARGOTH coin spell.
Ooh, no. That's... Because VARGOTH... I guess Dreamer Guardians might be okay. Power of the Wild is definitely pretty bad because you could get +1/+1, which is kind of a poor choice there as well.
Yeah. So play Dendrologist and Panther, I guess, huh?
I don't hate Dendrologist and Guardians either, because then we can still Panther the turn after, potentially. I think the idea is to go... And again, that's the idea of the deck, to go as wide as possible.
Alright. But in that case, you might want a +1/+1, or if it doesn't remove anything, which you will.
Yeah, of course, the idea is to now, potentially, would have played VARGOTH and Power of the Wild for +1/+1, and then I would have had a decent board, and probably a Panther, because in my experience, VARGOTH always picks Panther. Oh yeah, by the way, VARGOTH, for choose one card...
Random.
He chooses one randomly.
Allegedly. So now it's VARGOTH Panther, I guess. We gotta get back here, right?
Yeah, we gotta do something, we can't just wait. So it's VARGOTH Panther. Best case scenario, gives us another Panther.
Yeah.
Probably
even,
right now
even +1 is fine.
And it's +1/+1.
Even that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I would have preferred the Panther, although now VARGOTH can trade into the Dread Corsair, which...
No, he's gonna take everything out, I guess. He's gonna kill everything.
Yeah, but that would also kill everything on his side, which means we're hoping to draw... At this point, we are at 7 mana, so force 8.
The boom ship? What? What? Okay.
But why, though?
Why not?
I mean, the reason for why not...
He's gonna overrun us.
...is, the Edvin.
But he's gonna overrun us on the board. There's no... And he's getting the Leroy, too. Wow. Alright.
Wait, are we... Is that... Are we... We're dead.
Yep.
Now the question is...
Well, hero power and we survive by 1 if he doesn't draw anything.
If he doesn't draw any direct damage. Also, it's always a question whether or not he sees it.
I think he does. But also, we have some life still on the board
with the
now.
Dryads, yeah. We can coin Scenarios for +2/+2, which means the Dryads will...
That's heal.
Each one that survives will heal for 3.
That's heal.
The ones that die will heal for 1 when they die, like...
Blink Fox? But you can't play both cards.
Swipe face, but that
can't play
help.
both cards.
Moonfire.
Can't.
Moonfire is lethal.
Moonfire is lethal. Ooh, boy.
I'm just saying it.
Just saying, Moonfire is lethal. Okay. How often do we say that?
I've actually once picked Moonfire off of Dexter the Dendrologist.
It is swipe.
For lethal. For trying to get lethal, but I didn't actually end up getting lethal.
And he's not going to face, he's going to trade.
No, because at this point he needs to, almost. I mean, he doesn't really need to.
We still play Scenarios?
Yes, and we still... Yes. Yeah. We still play Scenarios for +2/+2, and now we also start trading, I believe.
Yeah, we hit Fox and Kobold.
Exactly. +2/+2, we hit Fox and Kobold. We do lose our minions. We are now at a decent health total. Yeah. He's top decking. We're top decking.
Board, he has Leroy.
We have refill. He has Leroy.
He has to put Leroy and Edvin into the Scenarios if he wants to kill it.
Which is actually pretty bad because we get 1/1 dragons.
Yeah.
Which we can buff.
Exactly. That VARGOTH with the Dreamway Guardians coming in hot.
Now we just need to draw a buff and move it.
Leroy to the nose. Alright. Shadow Step. Okay, he's gonna produce a bigger Eddie. Yeah,
now we're just both trying to win. Edvin alone doesn't win. Whelps do trade into Leroy if necessary. Except that they don't, but still Scenarios does. This is actually getting really close.
So we have the perfect thing, right? We play Force of Nature, Soul of the Forest. Take out something and hope we win next turn. Or expect to win next turn.
I guess we're taking out Edvin for the stats.
Edvin, yeah.
Because we get the 2/2 from the Whelp.
We've seen 2 Shadow Steps, so we're not too concerned about double Leroy in this case.
We haven't seen the second Waggle pick.
But that can't die this turn. Well, it can, actually.
It can for exactly 9 mana. He could Waggle pick, tap the Waggle pick. it's unlikely that he wins, okay?
Maybe it would have been better to kill the Leroy. But
well,
goddamn, shoot me. If he does, blame on Blizzard. Doesn't look like he will.
That
which looks very good for us.
11 from us. That is lethal, likely.
Discover spell. Swipe.
It's just some damage or buff.
Pounce. Pounce or... Pounce has more style.
Pounce is exactly lethal.
Let's go Pounce.
Normally, you want to pick Blessing with a white board.
Unless you've calculated through it, okay?
But in this case, because we're fancy...
We obviously Pounce.
Well played. Pounce.
Yep. Nice.
I love this.
13.
Pounce lethal.
Pounce lethal. 0 mana spell lethal. It's not Moonfire, but it's 0 mana spell. So, this is a pretty good deck, JJ.
That I kind of want the title to be something like Pounce is OP, but it's really not.
No, it's not.
No.
But Vargoth
is really strong.
Vargoth in Token Druid is very, very good. That Dreamway Guardians, it didn't quite look like it because in the end it was kind of clear, but that was the key play in an aggro versus aggro matchup. That extra value, that extra board presence, that extra lifesteal he had to deal with.
So Dreamway Guardians for healing, generally again not your main concern most of the time, but sometimes it saves you.
Yep. I've doubled up there with Vargoth.
I've had 7 attack Dreamway Guardians before. I think it was actually through a Savage Roar, but I need to get through something, and then I also heal back to full on the same turn. And my opponent just couldn't do anything.
Having played over 1,000 games with Odd Paladin, or close to 1,000 games with Odd Paladin, probably over 1,000 actually, in a lot of those matchups, those mirrors or aggro versus aggro, it's about the little value. Just
also,
the little value.
Let me quickly show you something. This is my win rate right now with this exact version. Is it up to date? Yeah, it is. 17-5.
Not bad.
From rank 10 up through to rank 6. I haven't played...
And soon to hit 5.
I haven't played anything else yet. This is just this exact version. As you can see, this is the 3rd version I've built. 77% win rate.
Pretty good.
At decent ranks.
See how fast you can speed to Legend with this.
I'm definitely gonna try getting to Legend with this. Yeah,
that's looking kind of good.
And that card pack is gonna go on that deck if I get it.
Yes, definitely. So, thanks for the stats, and thank you to everyone. Can you put the thing back on?
Yes, I can, but I'll probably click through. Yeah, there you go.
That's still nice. Victory, getting 10 gold for that. So thank you for watching. Please like the video for our efforts. We would appreciate that. You can also join our Discord server. We do have one. Link is in the description. TrashcanTV Discord server. Want to talk to us? If you want to talk to the community, you got any questions? Maybe you're a beginner. Any questions about this deck? Of course, you can also drop it in the comments. Don't craft scenarios. Don't craft Gong.
Don't craft anything.
You have Vargoth already, so build this deck. It's very, very cheap. Any advice, of course, you can still ask us. Like what to replace stuff with, that's fine. And yeah, thank you.
If you really need to craft Acorn Bearers.
Acorn Bearers.
Probably still don't, because you're going to pull a lot of Rise of Shadows packs, and they're just common.
Exactly. Acorn Bearers, pretty good. So yeah, subscribe to TrashcanTV if you have not done that yet. And thank you for watching. Appreciate it. JJ.
That's it?
That's it.